to Contra Costa. I'm sure Contra Costa wants to come out in the third quarter and score some points directly out of halftime. So here's the kickoff. It's returned by number 5 up the middle. He fumbles the ball. So he came up the middle. He fumbled the ball. It looks like he fumbled on the 35-yard line. And Contra Costa comes out of halftime with an opening kick fumble. So now Contra Costa has 2 turnovers. Shasta has 3 turnovers. Shasta will have the ball at Contra Costa's 36-yard line to be 1st and 10. And before you know it, Shasta College was looking to play defense. Now they have the ball playing offense. Be 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. They do the fly sweep to number 10, and he's tackled for a loss. So they've been running the fly sweep fake handoff throughout the game, and Michael Frost was taken down for a loss that looks like a 5 yards. So to be 2nd and around 15, that'd be 2nd and 16 at Contra Costa's 42-yard line. Shasta with the ball, 2nd and 16. So what a way to start the half. Come out of halftime with a fumble. Passes made to the receiver, and looks like he's going to be short. Actually, it's going to be 3rd down, like a bubble screen. So it's going to be 3rd down. For Shasta College. So it's 14:09 left in the third quarter. 21-16, Shasta College with the lead, with the ball on a 3rd and 12 at Contra Costa's 38-yard line. Contra Costa took the opening kickoff and fumbled. Recovered by Shasta College. Look like there's a blitz coming from Contra Costa. The ball is thrown down the field. It's overthrown to number 11. Desmarius' pass to number 11, Davis Keepin, was long. So it's going to be 4th down. So Contra Costa, despite giving the ball up on the turnover, did a good job on the defensive end. So it looks as though Shasta will need to punt the ball to Contra Costa. So it looks as though Contra Costa comes away unscathed on that turnover. Contra Costa is winning the turnover battle 3-1 right now. And they're +2 in scoring, 9-7. There's a kick. And it looks like it's going to go into the end zone, so it's going to be a touchback. So a 38-yard kick into the end zone for no return. Contra Costa will start their offense on the 20-yard line. Their first possession, their first offensive possession in the third quarter. Remember, they took the opening kickoff and fumbled. Shasta recovered it on the 35, 4 and out, or 3 and out, and punt the ball to Contra Costa College. Contra Costa College is at the 20-yard line. Same starting receivers and backs. Banks in the shotgun. Looks to pass, drops back to pass, passes over the middle. It was caught. It's a great catch. Nice hit by number 26 for Shasta, Jonathan Hagler. But the receiver held on to the ball. Excellent pass, excellent catch. 2nd down and 3 from Contra Costa's 27-yard line. 2-by-2 setup with one running back in the pistol. Banks fakes the handoff, takes it up the middle, and looks like he's going to gain about 3. So on the read option, Banks faked the handoff and kept it for himself. for a 3-yard gain. So it's going to be 3rd down and 2 for Contra Costa. The last time that they were in this situation in the first quarter, Banks went 77 yards on a similar play. So it's 3rd down and 2 at the 28-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left of Banks. He's over center now. Look like some confusion on offense. He takes the snap, drops back, fakes the pass. It's a design run. Banks is coming up the left sideline. Looks like he's going to make the 1st down. So it was a design run. Banks went from the pistol to under the center, and it was a design run for a 1st down for Contra Costa. So it looks as though Coach Carr didn't want to take any chances with that. He wanted to put the ball in his best player's hands, and he was able to get a 1st down. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line for Contra Costa. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Banks receives the snap. Shotgun, looks to pass, flushed out of the pocket, takes off to the left, comes up. He's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So it looks as though Jonathan Banks is taking this game in his own hands. That's 2 consecutive possessions. So a 1st down for Jonathan Banks, and I can see why Shasta College coach Thompson said that it's imperative that they stop Jonathan Banks because he's on a mission to win this football game by himself, it appears. 1st and 10. He throws a pass out to the right. 13 receives it. It's going to be another 1st down for Contra Costa College. So Banks to Frank Stevens for another 1st down. So that's 3 consecutive 1st downs on 3 consecutive plays for Contra Costa. So it looks as though they've gotten their act together on offense. Shasta College looks to be kind of confused on the defensive end. It's a 2-by-2 setup out of the pistol again for Contra Costa College. He's going right to left. Banks received the ball, hands the ball off. And it looked like that's a 7-8 yard gain. Took that right up the gut. So Kruger's Story with the play up the middle for a 7-yard gain. 8-yard gain is 2nd and 2 at the 35. A screen pass to number 6 for Contra Costa. Larry Cornish with a pass from Jonathan Banks from the left. It looks as though that's another 1st down. So Contra Costa came out in this 3rd quarter and marching the ball down the field. They're moving the ball down the field. Shasta College is on their heels now with the 5-point lead with 10:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Banks back to pass. Incomplete. Jonathan Banks pass to Frank Stevens was a little bit too long, so to be 2nd down and 10 at a 32-yard line. Shasta is currently winning the game. They're ahead 21-16 with 2:31 left in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers to Banks' right, 1 to his left. Drops back to pass. Looks over the middle, has a pass. Looks like going to be a touchdown for Contra Costa College. Jonathan Banks was able to pass the ball to number 9, I believe, Terrence Barnes, for a deep post for a touchdown. I'm sorry, that was Larry Cornish with the touchdown. Banks dropped back to pass. They had 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and he hit Cornish up on a post pass to the middle for a touchdown, waiting for the extra point. Snap is down. Kick is good. Fonseca with the kick. So Contra Costa comes out in this 3rd quarter after fumbling it initially with their first true offensive possession. They've taken the lead 23-21. This game has lived up to what it's billed to be as 2 teams that are fighting for the conference championship. Two #1 teams. Two teams that are 6-1. Playing like they're 6-1. Jonathan Banks looked like he was focused. That particular drive came out and put the team on his back by running for consecutive first downs and making that outstanding pass for a touchdown. So it's 23-21 with 10:26 remaining in the third quarter. Last time Shasta had the ball on the fumble by Contra Costa from the 35-yard line, they weren't able to move the ball. Subsequently, they wound up punting the ball. So this is their second possession of the third quarter. The ball is received by one of Shasta, number 10. He comes up the field, goes to the left. He's down. He's tackled at the 28-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 with 10:20 left in the third quarter. Contra Costa is winning 23-21. So again, this game has lived up to what both coaches talked about. It's going to be two finely coached teams going against one another. And you see two teams right now are passionate about winning this football game. So it's a 2-by-2 setup. They send a man in motion. Shasta College throws the pitch, cuts back. Number 6 cuts back, and that would be Larry Cornish. So again, who's pretty much the workhorse in the run for their running backs. Looked like that was a gain of 2 to be 2nd and 8 from Shasta's 31-yard line. They'll be going left to right, as I mentioned earlier. So 2nd and 8, 2-by-2 start up for Shasta College. They're in their pistol offense. 23-21, Contra Costa winning. The snap goes back. There's a pass over the middle to Frost again in the middle of the field. It looks like he's going to gain the first down. Looks as though Michael Frost found a seam in the zone, sat in the middle of the seam, and Desmarius put a strike to Frost for the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line, 9:22 left in the third quarter. Desmarius back to pass. Out to the left to number 80 for another first down. Cooper Genovesius, 6'4", receiver out of Foothill, out of Redding, California. So it looked like that was a 9-yard gain from Desmarius to Genovesius. So it'll be 2nd and 1. Desmarius back with a shotgun and 2 running backs, sends Frost in motion. Fakes the fly sweep and hand off to number 6, Silvera. Looked like that's going to be a first down, a gain of 6 or 7. So it looks like both offenses are starting to get the rhythm of the game. Much cleaner start to the game than in the first half, where there was 4 turnovers. So now a little bit more, better tempo in the game. It's 23-21, 8 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Desmarius looks over, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Genovesius is to his right. Desmarius steps back. It's a blitz up the middle. It looks like they have it. It's a fumble. It's a fumble. Contra Costa picks it up. Looks like he can go all the way. Number 30 picks it up. On the fumble, it's going to be touchdown Contra Costa. Contra Costa will have a touchdown on the fumble. Chima Enuakwa, linebacker, freshman from Pittsburgh, California. Looked like it's a touchdown, but it's a flag on the play. It's a flag on the play. Well, hold on. It's going to be on the return, it looks like, but the fumble will stand. So taunting So on the touchdown run, Contra Costa is flagged for taunting. So that's the second touchdown on the defense that was taken away from a penalty, one from a hold and the other one from a taunting. That places the ball at the 10-yard. That's a huge, huge play because you take 6 points off the board for Contra Costa, who scored on a fumble from Desmarius. And one of the players for Contra Costa was taunting at the 10-yard line, which took off the touchdown. So now Contra Costa has the ball, a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Man, that could have been huge. They could have went up 30-21, but now it's 23-21 still. Banks is back. An option route to number 22. He makes the catch, comes up the left sideline, pounded out of bounds. So Banks with the pass to his running back, Kruger-Story, for a gain of 8. So it's 2nd down and 2 at the 17. Read option with the handoff up the middle, stops short of the 1st down, so it's going to be 3rd down. So we've had 2 turnovers already in the first half. I'm sorry, in the start of the 3rd quarter. Contra Costa with 1 and Shasta with 1. Banks are back. It's a 2-by-2 setup. It's a design run to Banks. He goes over the right side, cuts it back, looks like it's going to be a 1st down. So Banks, on a design run, takes the ball, cuts it back inside for a 1st down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line for Contra Costa. So Shasta needs to have a stop, and Contra Costa needs to score, obviously. But at this point, Contra Costa in the great positions. They throw a screen to the left side, and it's out of bounds. Banks to Larry Cornish for a gain of 2. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 at the 10-yard line. 6:35 left in the 3rd quarter. Contra Costa is winning this battle 23-21. 2-by-2 setup with Banks. Banks checks for the signal in from the sidelines. Look like Shasta showing a blitz, a high snap. He fakes the handoff. Banks cuts back. He loses 1 tackle. Goes in the end zone. Touchdown, Contra Costa. Jonathan Banks started off to his right, cut back to his left, broke a couple of tackles, and went into the end zone untouched for a 29-21 lead. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the keys to the game, Shasta College indicated, was to control Banks and keep him in the pocket. That's Banks' 2nd touchdown ran, and he also has thrown for 1 as well. So he's had a clear impact on this game, and the extra point is good. So after the penalty, after the apparent touchdown from the fumble from Desmarius, Contra Costa was still able to capitalize and was able to score. So thus far in the game, you have 4 turnovers for Shasta, and you have 16 points out of those 4 turnovers. So it looks as though if Shasta College doesn't turn the ball over, they have a pretty good chance of scoring. But Contra Costa defense flies around, as indicated by Shasta's coach. So they've done a good job of creating turnovers, and they're winning the turnover battle 4-2, and they're winning it in terms of points as well, +9. So they're doing a good job of executing on the mistakes from Shasta College. And Contra Costa needs to keep that type of activity on defense. Now, Shasta College, on the other hand, they need to come back on this drive and have a solid drive to get some points out of this, because they don't want to find themselves behind too much, although they do have one of the most prolific offenses in the conference, you don't want to play catch-up to a team as good as Contra Costa. So Fonseca with the kick. It'll be received by, look like it's Frost. Comes up to the 20, comes up, and he's down. The ball comes out late, but it looks like he's going to be down by contact. So a fumble can't not be caused by the ground. It looks like the ground caused the fumble for Shasta College. That could have been disastrous because that could have been their 5th turnover for today. Well, I'm sure Des Marius is going to come out this possession pretty upset about himself and come out and try to put a drive together to get his team back in the football game. When they don't turn the ball over, they do a good job of scoring. So Contra Costa has their work cut out for them. Des Marius is looking over the line now. It's going to be 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, sends a man in motion, the fly sweep, hands the ball up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 2 to 3. So it'll be 2nd down and 7, it looks like. They've been running that fake fly sweep throughout the entire game. They ran it one time for a loss of 5. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 31 of Shasta. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, 2-back set. Look like Contra Costa showing blitz. They do. Blitz right up the middle. Des Marius makes the pass almost through the hands of number 8, Brock Barr. But it looks though it may be an offside for Contra Costa because they were showing blitz up the middle. Yes, number 51, Tashawn Rice, as we called for the offsides as he was trying to get a start on the early blitz. Looked like he got there a little bit too early, and Des Marius made the pass. It was deflected and almost intercepted by Contra Costa, but it would all been for naught because of the penalty for Contra Costa. So it'd be 2nd and 4 for the offsides penalty for Contra Costa at the 37-yard line of Shasta College. Des Marius in the shotgun, in the pistol rather. Ball is snapped to him. Looks like it's passed out to the left. I'm sorry, to his right. To number 19 for Shasta, Marlon Watkins, 5'10" freshman from Clovis, California. It's a gain of 1. There's going to be 3rd and 4 at the 35-yard line. This is a very pivotal play for Shasta College. They don't want to punt the ball back to that high potent offense for Contra Costa, so I'm sure they need to get a first down here, but they need to be very, very careful with the football because they don't need any turnovers as well. But this is a key part in the game. It's 3rd and 5. Contra Costa showing blitz. They do come. Des Marius is sacked in the backfield. So they brought the pressure up the middle. Des Marius tried to escape away to his left, tried to elude the blitz, but he was not able to do so. Number 42 for Contra Costa with the sack. So it's going to be 4th and 10 at the 30-yard line, and Contra Costa has a chance to put this game away. If they're able to score a touchdown here, Shasta defense is going to have to step up for this drive. And there's the punt. Looks as though it's going to stop back, and it's going to be down by Shasta at the 37-yard line. So at the 37-yard line, Contra Costa brings that high-powered offense back onto the field. 4:13 left in the 3rd quarter. Contra Costa has rattled off consecutive touchdowns, so they're up 30-21. They came out of the half down by 5. They're starting the 3rd quarter here with 4 minutes left, up by 9. It's a 2-by-2 set in the pistol. They have to control Banks. Hands the ball off to number 22 for Contra Costa. Keeps his feet churning. It looks like it's going to be close to a first down. Kruger Story, running back, sophomore out of Heritage Vallejo. Looks like close to a first down. It's going to be second down, a 9-yard gain. It's going to be second and short. Shasta College needs to make a play on the defensive end because Contra Costa has their momentum right now. It's a handoff again. The Story looks like he's going to make the first down. Keeps his legs churning as the pile moves forward. It's going to be first down and 10, almost at midfield. Story helmet comes off, so Baruli has to come off the field. So it's going to be first and 10 at the 46-yard line for Contra Costa. And it's an injury timeout for one of the players for Shasta College. I'll try to get a number on that player. Looks like it's number 55 for Shasta, and that would be Europa Matea, 5'11" freshman from Anderson, Redding, California. In this third quarter so far, Contra Costa has rattled off 14 points to take a 9-point lead with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left on this injury timeout on the field. So it's been a 14-0, pretty much a 14-0 run for Contra Costa right now as they came out of halftime down by 5, and the half didn't start too well. The third quarter didn't start too well for Contra Costa as they came out, took the opening kickoff, and fumbled on the 35-yard line. And Shasta had a chance at that point to go down and score, but Contra Costa's defense was very strict in not allowing them to score, so they resulted into a punt for Shasta College. So Shasta College had an opportunity coming right out of third quarter with the momentum they had. Remember, they were up 21-16. 21-15. 21-16, a 5-point lead. They had a chance to really lengthen that lead, but Contra Costa defense stepped up and played very well and forced a 3-and-out and forced them to punt the ball. And from that point forward, it's been all Contra Costa. They scored on 2 consecutive drives to take a 9-point lead going into the last few minutes of the third quarter, as they're still tending for the player number 55 for Shasta College, Europa Matea. Again, he's a 5'11" freshman from Anderson, Redding, California. Injury looks, I don't want to speculate right now, but look like they're bringing something on the field. They're waiting for someone to come on the field. I hope it's not a serious injury. Last thing you want is to have a kid injured to jeopardize their careers. They're all trying to get an opportunity to go play at the Division I, II, or III level on a scholarship. So you hope everything works out for him. He is a freshman. Hope that no type of long-term injury. But since we're on the field, we have a break in the action here. Both teams are coming in at 6-1, and talking to both coaches before the game, their keys to victory in terms of Contra Costa, they felt they had to make sure that their quarterback for Shasta, Desmarius, didn't have a big game. He came in with 19 touchdowns and 3 interceptions coming into the game, and Shasta came into the game hot as they've won 6 in a row. As for Coach Thompson keys for Shasta to win, it started and ended with Jonathan Banks. They felt that if they can control Banks and keep him in the pocket, they have a really good chance of winning the game. And both teams talked about turnovers. Turnovers was the key elements that they both mentioned. And Contra Costa right now is leading the turnover battle 4-2. And they're +9 in terms of points. So Contra Costa said that they needed to make sure that they win the turnover battle, and Shasta said they needed to make sure that they win the turnover battle, and Contra Costa right now is winning it 4-2. They're +2 and +9 on the score. Looks as though the injury seems to be serious as they bring in the stretcher out for number 55 for Shasta. So at this point, with a break in the action, I think the key for Shasta College is to regroup themselves, get a stop on the defensive end, and try to get a score offensively. However, for Contra Costa, they just need to continue to get the ball in Banks' hands as he makes plays on the offensive end. He's accounted for 2 touchdowns and a passing touchdown as well. He's had a 8-yard or 9-yard touchdown and a 77-yard touchdown run. And he also had a 19 to 20-yard touchdown pass. So, I mean, he's been virtually unstoppable in this offense for Contra Costa. And they're playing against the number 1 offense in their conference. So it just shows you how good Contra Costa is if Shasta College is the number 1 offense in the conference. We're going to step away for a second, and we'll be right back as soon as they take care of the injury. Well, it looks as though they're taking the injured player from Shasta College off to the field on a stretcher. So I'm sure the referees will give the teams a few seconds here to get back together, but it's an unfortunate injury. Anytime you see someone get injured, your heart goes out to that individual. As I mentioned earlier, these kids are trying to get Division I, II, or III scholarships to continue their dream to play the next level. So after all of that, we got to get back to business, which is football, and this is why we're here today. So you have Contra Costa will resume with the ball. 3:33 left in the third quarter. 30-21, Contra Costa is winning. Shasta College is back on the field, and Contra Costa is back on the field, ready to get back after some football. This official standing over the ball, gives a sign to the official. Whistle blows. Back to football. Shasta shows a blitz. Quick screen to number 6 to the left side. He's knocked out of bounds. So Banks pass to Larry Cornish for a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line of Shasta College. This is a huge, huge defensive stand for Shasta College. They need to make something happen here. Come away with an interception, a turnover. Not allowing Contra Costa to score as a handoff in the read option again. Look, that's going to be a loss to Holcomb. So Harold Holcomb, the ball carrier, 5'9" sophomore from McClymonds, Oakland, California. He lost 1 on that, so it'll be 3rd and 6 at the 46-yard line of Shasta. Banks is in the pistol offense, fakes the handoff, rolls to the right. He's been flushed out of the pocket, eludes one defender, running up the sidelines, out of bounds, pushed out of bounds. Banks did a Houdini act getting out of that. Looked like he's going to be short of the first down. I don't know if they're going to punt it or kick it, but it looks like they're going to go for it. Actually, it was a first down play, so Banks used his legs, got away from would-be tacklers, and was able to come up the left side for a first down. So it's 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line for Contra Costa. Sends a man in motion. Looks to his right, throws the ball in the middle of the field. It's caught for a completion. So it's a completion from Banks to Terrence Barnes for an apparent first down. So I tell you what, Contra Costa just picked up where they left off before the injury. They're just marching the ball down the field for the last 3 drives. 30-21. 19's in motion, left to right. Banks back to pass. Looked like it's a screen pass. That ball was a screen pass to number 24, Austin Harper, but Shasta did a good job of reading that screen. It's a loss of 3 on the play. Loss of 2, rather. It's going to be 2nd and 12. That was an excellent job of reading the screen by Shasta for a loss of 2. 2-by-2 set. Banks in the offense, throws to the outside through the hands of number 14, Raquan Jones. Ball could have been high, but maybe he could have caught that ball. It's a catchable ball, but it was high. It'll be 3rd and 12 for Banks. I mean, this Banks is a good-looking guy, good-looking kid out here. This guy here, he's got a future at the next level. Banks is back 2-by-2, drops back to pass. He has a receiver in the middle field open. He finds him, number 13, fumbles the ball, picked up by Shasta. Looks like he's going to be tackled at the 35-yard line. Jonathan Banks throws a strike. Great tackle by Shasta College to to get the turnover. So the turnover battle, 4-3. Banks picked out the right receiver, wide open in the middle of the field, catches the ball, tries to make something happen, turns the ball over. Shasta returns it to the 34-yard line, so they're in business. They was able to get the stop that they desperately needed. So now let's see if they can convert something out of this. It'll be 1st and 10 at Contra Costa's 34. Desmarais is flushed out of the pocket, just throws the ball out of bounds. He was trying to hit Silvera in the flat, but he was covered by number 8 for Costa. So Desmarais did a great job just throwing the ball at the feet, but Terrence Alexander was there to negate that play. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line for Shasta College. Remember, they're down by 9, and they're one of the top-ranked offenses in the conference, so they can score some points. It's a fake handoff. Looks like it's a pass out to number 8. Pressure up the middle from Contra Costa made Desmarais get rid of that ball earlier than he wanted. The pass was intended to Brock Barr. So Contra Costa got pressure in the face of Desmarais, making him get rid of the football before he wanted to. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Shasta College. Shasta has to get a first down out of this. It's a screen play. Oh, my God. Great play by Contra Costa, blowing that play up. The screen pass to number 19. Marlon Watkins was blown up by the Contra Costa defenders on the screen pass. Great play design, but better defensive design. So it's going to be 4th and 14 with 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Contra Costa will be receiving the punt from Shasta College. They're coming up the middle. It's a block punt up the middle. Recovered by Contra Costa. Block punt up the middle by Contra Costa. They recover it. So a blocked punt. Again, another turnover for Shasta. That's 5 for the game. But another penalty for Contra Costa. Look like it's a celebratory type of penalty, so that's going to push them back another 10 to 15 yards, but another penalty on the Contra Costa team after the play. They would have at least 65 to 70 yards just on unsportsmanlike penalties to this game. So on the block punt, Contra Costa receives the ball after the penalty will be enforced. It'll be 1st and 10 once the referee sets the ball. But the penalty for Contra Costa for activity on the sideline on the blocked punt, Contra Costa has the ball at the 18-yard line of Shasta. 1st and 10 with 13 seconds remaining. Last time down here, Shasta was able to generate a turnover. They're going to have to do the same thing. They don't want to fall too far behind. It's going to be an offsides. Looks like for Shasta College is anticipating the snap. Let's see what the officials sorted all out here. But Contra Costa is in a great position right now to really take control of this football game. So it was an offsides on number 56 on the Shasta's defense. So that's going to move the ball a little closer to the end zone. So that was on Demetrius Willis, 6'2" freshman out of South Dade, Homestead, Florida. Contra Costa going with a heavy offense, it looks like. They have one receiver out of the pistol set. Design run to Banks on his left side. He'll be taken out of bounds. So that was a design run for Banks. So he takes it outside. Looks as though there's a flag down on the play. So this may be some sort of holding probably against Contra Costa. Number 88 for a hold, the receiver for Contra Costa. So that's going to push the ball back 10 more yards. That's on Jalen Collins, 6'3" freshman out of College Park, Oakland, with the hold on the left side for Banks. So it's going to be second and, well, let's see what when they set everything up. I believe it's going to be first and 15. The yardstick says first down, but the scoreboard says second down. So that's the end of the third quarter. Contra Costa came out on fire the third quarter after their first initial fumble on the opening kickoff. They scored 14 points to take the lead of 30-21. They went into halftime down 21-16. Now they have the lead 30-21. Their defense has pitched a shutout in the third quarter, so they're in complete control of this football game. And I tell you, if they get a score here, it's going to be a tall challenge for Shasta to come back. Even though they have a prolific offense, it's going to be difficult. So their defense is going to have to make a play again, which they did earlier. They created a fumble, and it looks like the Contra Costa was marching down the score, but they did create a fumble, but to no avail. They were 3 and out, and then there was a blocked punt for Contra Costa, and this is where we're at right now. So it's on the 23-yard line. It's 1st and 15 for Contra Costa. They're going left to right now. 15 minutes left in the start of the fourth quarter. They makes a sub, and number 28 comes back in the game for Contra Costa, which is Harold Holcomb, who had a solid game. He gets the ball on the right side. A handoff from Banks, and it looks like it's going to be a gain of 4. So it looks as though it's going to be 2nd and 10. Pretty much got it's going to be 2nd and 12. So almost got the yards back from the penalty. But Contra Costa is in a great position right now. I mean, they're up 30-21 with 14:30 left, with a field goal kicker who Coach Carter believes is arguably the best in the conference. They have a chance to extend the lead, but I'm sure they're not thinking about a field goal here. Banks is under center, fakes the handoff, looks into the left corner, throws the ball. Touchdown, Contra Costa. So they had single coverage on the left corner. Banks throws a strike to number 89 for Contra Costa for the touchdown. Jalen Collins scores the touchdown. It's number 88 for Contra Costa. Banks seen the coverage one-on-one, found the man and went after him one-on-one, threw a jump ball up, a back shoulder catch, and Collins made the catch. So Contra Costa now is up 36-21 pending the extra point. And the kick is good. So that's 21 points in the second half that Contra Costa has rattled off. Another touchdown from Banks. He's thrown for 2. He's ran for 2. He's had a great game so far. Shasta College they're really going to have to get on their horse right now. They're down by 16 points. They're capable of doing it. Their offense is, again, it's a prolific offense, but as the coach said, they haven't faced a team as athletic on the defensive end such as Contra Costa. So their defensive athleticism that they have in regards to Contra Costa, as well as the turnovers for Shasta, has been a recipe for disaster for them today with their 5 turnovers, which includes a blocked punt We talked about special teams. Special teams is making it happen for Contra Costa with the block punt and the field goal by Fonseca. That's 10 points alone just coming from your special team. So Fonseca with the kick down to the 10. Looks like it's going to be number 6 is going to bring it out. And looks like he's going to make it to the 31-yard line. So that's Larry Cornish with the return. Like about a 20-yard return. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Shasta College at the 30, looks like the 31-yard line. So they're going to have to get some sort of score here, and preferably not a field goal. They're going to need a touchdown to keep this game close. Anything outside of that can be a difficult challenge for them going forward. So I'm sure Desmarius understands that, and the Shasta coaching staff understands that. They need to score a touchdown here. They don't want to fall too far behind. Desmarius hands the ball off, and he keeps his feet churning. It's going to be a gain of 6, it looks like. So Corsi brings the ball up for a gain of 6. It's going to be 2nd down. So this tempo offense they're running, they're going to have to score a touchdown here. 3 points isn't good enough. It's a 2-by-2 setup out of their pistol set. Desmarius receives a snap, throws the ball out. An out pass to Brock Barr is incomplete. Looks like it's a flag on the play. May have some sort of hold. Let's see what the flag looks like. Pass interference on number 42 for Contra Costa. So that's a 1st down. It's not a spot foul. So it's going to be an automatic 1st down. It is a spot foul. So it's going to be an automatic 1st down for Shasta. 1st and 10 at their own 48. They need a possession here. They need to score a touchdown here. Looks like they're having some trouble on the field. The officials call timeout. So here's what's set up right now. It's 37-21. Contra Costa's leading. 3 receivers to the left as Desmarius, 1 to the right. Contra Costa brings the blitz up the middle. Desmarius gets away from that, escapes to his right. Looks like he's going to be tackled, throws out of bounds. Almost a late hit on the sideline, but Desmarius did a great job of eluding the blitz up the middle by Coach Carter. He's able to get out of the pocket, tried to make a play with his feet, threw it out of bounds to save himself a sack. So it's going to be 2nd and 10, but that was a very athletic move from the quarterback, Desmarius. He was able to avoid the sack. So it's 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line. 13:27 left in the game. 2-by-2 setup in their pistol offense. Desmarius steps back. It's a corner blitz, and he's sacked. So Contra Costa brought both their corners, number 5 and number 4. So that will be Sir Devontae Stewart and Levon Washington. Both came on blitzes. And Stewart was credited with the sack, but they was able to put pressure on Desmarius, and he wasn't able to avoid it. So it's going to be 3rd down and 16. And again, Coach Carter indicated earlier, we spoke earlier, that one thing that they're going to have to do is put a lot of pressure on Desmarius, make sure he's not comfortable. And they've been bringing blitzes throughout this game, and that blitz capitalized. Desmarius sends number 88 in motion. There's another blitz up the middle. Desmarius is flushed out, makes the throw out of bounds. It looks like it's going to be out of bounds. The ball was caught by Brock Barr, but it's going to be out of bounds. But Desmarius was flushed out of the pocket, and it looks as though right now that Contra Costa is bringing all-out blitzes. Desmarius looked like he's limping a bit. I think he got dinged up a little bit on that. He's trying to run it off right now, but the ball was out of bounds. It's a personal foul, roughing the passer. So that's why he was dinged up. He's kind of limping around a little bit. I didn't catch that part of it, but it was a personal foul. So Desmarius was able to elude the sack, flushed him out. There was a personal foul on the tackle after the play, after he was able to make the pass. So it'll be 1st and 10 at Contra Costa's 43-yard line with 12:36 remaining. This is a huge drive for Shasta College. They were able to score here to put themselves in a position to get themselves right back in the game. So I'm sure this is going to be 4-down territory throughout this drive. Desmarius is in his pistol position. Throws a screen pass. It was deflected at the line of scrimmage. Deflected at the line of scrimmage by number 4, who came on another one of those blitzes, Sir Devontae Stewart. And Coach Carter was speaking very highly of Sir Devontae Stewart prior to the game. Said he's an impact player. He's a sophomore from Berkeley, California. I'm sure he's going to have an opportunity to play at the next level. It's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line. Desmarius with the draw play. Number 6 has it up the middle. That's a nice chunk of yards he's gained. Connor Silvera. That was a great call by Coach Thompson and his crew over there, calling a drag play because Contra Costa is sending blitzers and they're bringing people from the corner, so the middle was wide open. So it's 3rd and 2 with 12:09 remaining at the 35-yard line of Contra Costa, and looks as though Shasta is going to call timeout. They understand the importance of this drive, so that'd be their first timeout in the second half. They'll have 2 remaining, but I'm sure Coach Thompson and his staff understand the importance of this drive. This could be the game in itself, so if they're able to keep this drive alive and score a touchdown out of it, depending on the extra point, they will be down 37-28 if they're able to make the extra point, which would give them a great opportunity if they can play defense to get the ball back. But there's plenty of time left in the game, depending on what happens with this drive. You don't want to come out of this drive with no points. 3 points will be okay, but I think that will be a moral victory for Contra Costa if they're able to hold Shasta to 3 points. However, if Shasta is able to score a touchdown, I'm sure their confidence will increase great deed on their sidelines. So it's 3rd and 2 at Contra Costa's 35-yard line. It's 12:02 left after the timeout. Remember, Shasta College has 2 timeouts remaining. Contra Costa has all 3 of theirs remaining. So let's see what they have in store. It's a handoff to number 19. That's Marlon Watkins, who came into the game. And it looks as though he's going to be close to a first down. So remember, it was 3rd down and 2. They ran a play up the middle to Marlon Watkins, and indeed it is a first down. So that timeout proved to be worthy as they're able to get a first down. And now it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for Shasta College with 11:57 remaining in the game. They have Watkins in the back as a running back for this drive. They put number 10 in motion. Desmarius is back, looks back to pass. That's the same combination route that he ran earlier and had success with. That pass is out of bounds. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 at the 32 as the sun is falling down and the lights are taking effect on the stadium. Remember, tomorrow is daylight savings time, so you can put your clock back an hour, get an extra hour of sleep tomorrow. So it's 2nd and 10 at the 32. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and their pistol set up. Watkins, the deep bank, he flags out. There's the pass to Watkins in the right flank. Cuts it back up for a gain of 4 or 5. So it's going to be 3rd down for Shasta College. I would believe this has to be 4 down territory. It's going to be 3rd and 6, so they don't have to get it all in this. They can piece this together, but I'm sure that a field goal is not an option right now because that can clearly put them in a difficult situation with 11 minutes left in the game. So it's going to be 3rd down and 6 at the 28 of Contra Costa. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. To see some sort of rollout. Carter may bring the blitz, and he did. There's a reverse to number 10. He breaks the tackle. He breaks 1 tackle, and he's going to be just short, but it's going to be a personal foul face mask on Contra Costa, which is going to negate the 4th down play, and it's going to give Shasta College the first and 10 on the personal foul face mask on the reverse to Michael Frost. So again, another one of those penalties. I'm sure Coach Carter is going to talk to his team about that because I'm sure they're over 100 yards in penalties today. That's possibly their 5th personal foul in terms of either unsportsmanlike conduct or a face mask. So now Shasta's in great position. They're at the 11-yard line, so they can make a 1st down here with 10 minutes left in the game. So this is a key drive for Shasta as Contra Costa has helped them keep alive. Demarius is flushed out of the pocket. He has a receiver open, throws the ball out of bounds. It's not grounding because he's out of the tackle box. But Contra Costa is doing a great job of putting pressure on Demarius. They bring in these blitzes on his blind side, and they're flushing him out of the pocket. So they're getting him on the move, which is designed by their defense. Now it's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line, but keep in mind Shasta does still have an opportunity to get a 1st down as the ball is on the left hash mark. It's 2nd and 10 at the 11, 2 receivers to the left, 1, 2 to the right, and Silvera's back in the game. They send Frost for the motion. Pass in the end zone. Interception on the fade route in the end zone for Contra Costa. So number 20, Malik Hale with the interception in the end zone as Demarius was trying to get into the end zone. So I'm sorry, the interception was number 29 for Contra Costa, which is Jakari Simpson. So now it's 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Contra Costa, and there's another turnover. That's the 6th turnover today for Shasta College. So at this point, Shasta College is killing themselves with these turnovers, and Contra Costa has the ball up by 16. There's a pass down the field. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be won by number 80. Number 80 from Contra Costa wins the jump ball as Banks went deep down the left sideline. And that's Sterling Taylor, wide receiver, 6'3" freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia, with the catch. So they went right after them after the turnover. After they made the turnover, they went right for the juggler for a touchdown, but they were able to get a long completion. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of Shasta College. Banks is back to pass. Looks left. He's flushed out of the pocket. Takes it up the middle. Avoids 1. Avoids 2. He's down. Slides down. But I believe it's going to be a 1st down. So Banks was flushed out of the pocket. Forced him up. He ran for the. Looked like he ran for the 1st down. It's going to be 2nd and 1. A gain of 9 on the play. 2nd and 1 with 9:32 left remaining. 37-21 Contra Costa with the lead. Banks is over center. Hands the ball off to number 32. He's running through there, and he makes a couple of people miss. It's number 32, Renwick Gibbs, out of Armio, Oakland, California, 5'9" sophomore. Contra Costa Temple is really fast now. They're back up to the line, fakes the handoff. Banks starts off to his right, cuts it back in. He's down at the 28. Contra Costa Tempo is extremely fast now. It looked like they're wearing down Shasta College now. It looked like they're dragging a little bit on defense. 37-21 with 8:51 remaining. A touchdown here will pretty much ice the game. I'm sure Shasta College understands that. They need to play on their defense. Their defense has been making plays all day. They've created 3 turnovers, so they're going to need another big play right here. Banks is reviewing the offense, the defense. Takes the snap, a high snap. Throws a quick screen to the left. To number 14, makes a player miss. So it's number 14 for Contra Costa. Raekwon Jones. Banks to Jones. It looks like it's a gain of 7. It's going to be third down, it looks like. So it's a timeout on the field. I don't know if it's an injury timeout. So it wasn't a timeout on the field. It looked like it was a quick substitution. They got the guy for Shasta off the field, so play resumed. So it's going to be third down and 1 at the 23-yard line of Shasta. Any type of score here pretty much ices the game for Contra Costa. So Shasta's going to have to make a stop on defense to get the football back. It's 3rd and 1 at the 23-yard line. Banks is over center. Hands the ball off to his fullback and look like that's going to be a first down. So now we're just talking about running time off the clock now. So first down for Contra Costa. 7 minutes remaining in the game, 7:51 to be exact. Remember, both these teams are 6-1 coming into the game. The winner of this game here is going to have pretty much control of their own destiny playing in the bowl game against West Hills. It's currently undefeated. Banks over center, makes the handoff. Great play by Shasta. They brought the middle linebacker. He's able to stop the play. So it's going to be second down. No gain on the play. It's 2nd and 10. 24 checks in for Contra Costa. That will be Austin Harper. Look like Banks is going to be over center again. You got 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left in an offset eye. Fakes the handoff, goes back to pass. There's pressure. He breaks away from that pressure, throws it into the end zone, up in the air, and it's going to be incomplete. But it's going to be a flag for a roughing the passer at the end of the play, it looks like. So it's going to be roughing the passer, but Banks did a phenomenal job of eluding the pressure, flushed him out to his left. He shook off a defender, was able to get the ball and throw it into the end zone for his receivers to make a play, but he was roughed after the pass, so it's going to be a first down. Number 37 for Shasta College, Jesse Robbins, is guilty of that infraction, so it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. I'm sorry, at the 11-yard line for Contra Costa. So they're in a great position right now. They're taking Banks out of the game. They're inserting number 10 into the game. That's Emmanuel Williams. I don't know if he's shaken up or anything, but Williams are now in the game as the quarterback. Hands the ball off up the middle, and the running back keeps his feet churned. That's number 24. And there's another penalty. Now it's frustration mounting now for Shasta College. That's 2 consecutive penalties. That was after the play, throwing the running back down after the whistle. So it looks as though that's going to be another penalty on Shasta. So after the roughing the passer penalty, they come back with an unsportsmanlike penalty as well, a dead ball penalty. Number 94 will be guilty of that. That's Johnny Ane, freshman from Hawaii. So that moves the ball down to Shasta's 5-yard line. So it's 1st and 5 at the 5 with 6 minutes remaining. And Contra Costa clearly in command of this game, 37-21, and can pretty much put this game to bed with a touchdown here. Look like Shasta showing blitz. There's a bootleg, faked handoff. Number 10 dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Contra Costa. So they did a bootleg, fake handoff, boot to the left side. So Emmanuel Williams, number 10, quarterback, who came in for Jonathan Banks, scores his first touchdown of the game. And that extends the lead to 43-21 with 6 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the game. With the extra point to follow. Almost blocked by Shasta College. The kick is up and it's good. So 6:22 left in the game. Contra Costa clearly have taken control of this game in the second half. 44-21. It appears that it feels like Contra Costa has scored on every possession. They've had the ball in the second half of the game. They've pitched a shutout here in the second half on the defensive end. So I'm sure their coach is excited about that. $28 unanswered points in the second half for Contra Costa. Remember, they were down 21-16 at half, and they went on a 28-0 run in the second half and pretty much taking control of this football game. So, I mean, I think it's safe to say right now that it's going to be Contra Costa is going to come away with a win here unless a miracle happens here for Shasta. But it looks good for Contra Costa right now, up by 23 points with 6 minutes remaining. Here's the kickoff to Shasta. They're going right to left. Number 10 takes it up the field, and he's going to be tackled. Good return by Michael Frost. About a 25-yard return. So it'll be 1st and 10 with 6 minutes remaining for Shasta College. So I'm sure right now that Contra Costa College will be dialing up blitzes every possession here going forward because they don't have to worry about the run right now. Shasta College has to pass the football, try to get some points. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. It's a fumble. It's a fumble on the exchange on that fly sweep they've been running all day. They've been faking it. That's their second time they gave it to number 10. The first time they gave it to him for a loss, and this time it was a bad handle of the handoff, so it was a fumble. They lost a few yards on that play, so it's going to be 2nd and 12 with 5 minutes remaining. Shasta has the ball, 2-by-2 setup, and actually they made a change at quarterback. So number 4 is in for Shasta College. Look like that's Gary Sandow, 6-foot freshman from Red Bluff, California. 3rd and 9 at the 34. Drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket and gets sacked again. Contra Costa can just pin their ears back now. They do not have to worry about the running attack right now. It's 4:52 remaining. It looks as though they're going to receive the punt with a 23-point lead. So I'm sure Coach Carter is going to try to run the clock out right now. No need to play Banks at this point. He's proven what he can do. Contra Costa has definitely shown what they can do. With this battle of both teams are 6-1, so coming into the game, I mentioned that Contra Costa has won the last 2 matchups. Look like that's going to be the 3rd one in a row. Contra Costa calls timeout. Looks like they don't have enough men on the field. This is the first timeout for Contra Costa, but right now they look pretty good right now. They lost to West Hills earlier in the year, and I talked to Coach Carter about that game. He said, prior to that game, they had a lot of freshmen out there, and they were just getting used to the college experience, and Banks wasn't their starter, and they put him in the second half of that game, and he in some mop-up duty, and he did a really good job, and they wound up starting him directly after that, and the rest is history. They've been on the win streak since then, and Shasta came into this game with a 6-game winning streak. And talking to Coach Thompson before the game, he felt that this team, Contra Costa, will really prove how good Shasta is, because he felt they haven't played a team as athletic and as much talent on both sides of the ball as Contra Costa. And he said this team here, this game would definitely indicate how good they really are. But nothing to take away from Shasta College. They're a fine team. It's just they ran up against a buzzsaw in the second half for Contra Costa. They've put up 28 unanswered points. So here's the pump is fumbled, but it was recovered. Contra Costa receives it, makes a move, cuts up the field, breaks the tackle. It's at the 47-yard line. That's number 19 for Contra Costa. Marlon Watkins, but a flag has been thrown on the return. So I don't know if it's going to be a hold on Contra Costa, negating that fine run by Watkins, but at this point, as I said earlier, there's no sense to put Banks in the game at this point. It's a block in the back for Contra Costa, so it'll be 10-yard penalty. So that's going to move the ball back, but at this point in the game, with 4 minutes remaining, Shasta College is down by 23 points. I think it's safe to say this game is going to be won by Contra Costa. And I'm sure Coach Carter is going to try to run the clock out, players injured. I'm sure Shasta College is saying the same. They don't want any other players getting injured since number 55 was injured for them earlier in the game. So Contra Costa is going to have the ball at the 35-yard line to be 1st and 10. And again, number 10 is in the game. Emmanuel Williams are in the game. Jonathan Banks has not returned, so his day is done, as Contra Costa now is clearly winning the game. And they do a handoff to number 24. He cuts it up, gets met by number 37 for Shasta College, which would be Jesse Robbins, from 5'10", sophomore from West Valley, California. So emotions getting in right now. A lot of emotions on the field right now. I mean, both teams are competing hard. Players are getting emotional late in the game. There's 3 minutes remaining. At this point, just want the game to end with no one to get injured at this point. But Contra Costa with the ball is a 2nd and 7 at a 38. 3 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the game. This is one of the first times that actually Contra Costa went into the huddle. So, as I suspicioned earlier that Coach Carter is just going to try to run the clock out, I would imagine he's going to try to hand the ball out at this point. There's another penalty by Shasta College, number 91. Looked like he lost his cool earlier, just a few moments ago. So that's going to be an offsides on number 91. The coach is taking him out of the game at this point. That's Corey Hurd, defensive line, sophomore from Tucson, Arizona, who's going to be charged with the offsides. And I'm sorry, it's going to be false start for Contra Costa. So it's a false start on Contra Costa versus the offsides by number 91. So clock stops. It's going to be 3:08 remaining. 2nd and 12 at the 33 of Contra Costa. 44-21. Contra Costa is winning this game pretty much was taken over in the second half as Contra Costa put up 28 unanswered points in the second half after starting the third quarter with the fumble. So it's 2:50 left in the fourth quarter. It's a handoff up the middle of number 24. Breaks out to the left, cuts up to the field. Breaks another tackle. He's down by contact. Number 24 for Contra Costa, Courtney Rose. Number 24 for Contra Costa is Austin Harper, running back from El Cerrito, sophomore, was tackled on a nice gain. It's going to be second down and 12 at the 33. So another personal foul for Contra Costa, late hit. So it's a personal foul on Contra Costa, which negates the run by number 24, so that pushes the ball back. It's going to be at the 25-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 25 at the 25-yard line for Contra Costa. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. It's 44-21. Both of these teams came into the contest 6-1. Looks as though Contra Costa is going to move up to 7-1, and Shasta is going to move to 6-2. But they have a favorable schedule coming up, as they still will be able to make another bowl game. When I was talking to their coach, Coach Thompson, he indicated that there's 2 bowl games, and the top bowl game will be at Monterey College, and then they have another one, another game that these teams will be invited to as well. So it looks as though they will be going to postseason action, but it won't be the number 1 bowl game that they were looking for. Next up for Contra Costa coming up in the season, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, that they'll be finishing their season against San Jose City College. But next week they'll be traveling up to Mendocino on November 8th. And after that, they'll be coming back and concluding their season on the 15th of September here against San Jose City College. So it's 2:18 remaining in the game. It's 44-21. Contra Costa is winning. They'll move to 7-1. And Shasta will move to 6-2. It's 3rd and 25. So remember, this game was a homecoming game for Contra Costa. So what a way to enjoy your homecoming with a win with such a huge magnitude, with a lot on the table for both teams. And they definitely proved their worth in the league right now by pretty much handling this team pretty well. There's a fumble by the quarterback on the faked handoff. Touchdown for Shasta College. So the fumble by Contra Costa's quarterback on the handoff exchange, picked up by Shasta College, 15-yard touchdown. So it's 27-44, and I would imagine they're going to go for 2, but it looks like they're going for 1 here. So it's 44-27 with 2:11 left in the game. So depending on the field goal, it's like it's 28. But again, that's another turnover for Contra Costa College. So the turnover battle goes 6-4. And Shasta converted on that turnover. So this game has been full of turnovers. It's been a total of 10 turnovers in the game. So it looks like they're going for 2. Shasta College is. Back to pass, throws in the end zone off the hands of the intended receiver. So that's Marius pass into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It was off the hands of the intended receiver. So with 2:11 left, it's 44-27. I don't anticipate an onside kick, but you never know. If they do onside kick and recover it back. But if they do the onside kick and Contra Costa does get the ball, I'm sure that is kneel on the ball, and then the game will be over. There's no sense to try to run any plays at this point. They're up by quite a few. They're up by quite a bit right now. So 17-point lead going into 2 minutes left in the game. Shasta College will be kicking the ball off. Contra Costa may be putting in their hands team here, anticipating an onside kick from Shasta College. It looked like that's what Shasta's setting up for, is an onside kick. And if Contra Costa does fall on the ball, there's no need to run any plays or anything. And hopefully, and I'm sure Shasta College is thinking they can get a recovery, get a quick score into the end zone. So it's going to be interesting. This could be the icing of the game here. I mean, 17 points down is a lot to ask for, but stranger things have happened. So it looks as though Contra Costa has their hands team up. Shasta College will be doing onside kick, and it will be recovered by Contra Costa, number 89, and he falls on the ball. And that should be about do it there for Contra Costa. So it's Jamichael Torres with the recovery of the onside kick. And it looks as though Contra Costa is going to run a couple of wedge plays to get the ball in the middle, run some clock, but there's no sense. Maybe Shasta take a timeout, try to get a strip or a strip on the ball. It's an I formation for Contra Costa. He's over center. Hands the ball off to number, can't make up the number now, but number 32. And that would be Renwick Gibbs, who was tackled. And Shasta College calls a timeout. So it's their second in the half. They have one timeout remaining. So you got to tip your hat to Shasta College. They're playing this game all the way to the end, which is to be expected for a team that came in 6-1. They have one timeout remaining, so I would anticipate another timeout after this play. And then if that happens, Contra Costa will have to punt the ball to Shasta College again with no timeouts, but we'll see what happens from there. Maybe they get a block kick returning for a touchdown. So I'm sure that's what the coaching staff at Shasta College is thinking about, not quitting on their players, which shows a lot about their character and who they are as a team. Remember, they came in 6-1. So they're a high-character team, a well-coached program up in Redding, California. So Contra Costa is back on the field in the I formation. I would imagine they're just going to try to run the ball again, and Shasta College will try to strip and call their final timeout. It's I formation behind the quarterback. Hands the ball off. Runs wide. So he was down, tackled at the 48-yard line. So it looked like it was a gain of 1. So Shasta College takes their final timeout of the game. It's 1:51 remaining. Shasta College down 44-27. So Contra Costa has a 17-point lead with 1:51 remaining. So it looks as though Shasta College will get the ball one more time, one final time. They hold them here from a first down, and Contra Costa would have to punt the ball. And I'm sure at that point, Shasta College will try to do a block kick, try to make something happen. But it's 44-27 with 1:51 remaining. Contra Costa has the ball at their 47-yard line. Both teams, again, came in 6-1, and Contra Costa will move to 7-2. I'm sorry, Contra Costa moved to 7-1, and Shasta moved to 6-2. So it's 3rd and 10. 1:51 remaining in the game. Handoff up the middle. 35 goes down. I'm sure that's what Coach Carter told him to do, just go down. So Lynn Simmons, 5'11" freshman from Louisiana, goes down. So it's going to be 4th and 9 at the 46. And it looks as though Contra Costa is going to run another play. Yeah, it looks like they're going to run another play. Okay, looks as though they're going to set up to punt the ball to Shasta College. I couldn't tell you if they're going to punt the ball because it's only been one punt, 2 punts in the game. So I didn't know their formation, but it looks like Contra Costa is going to punt the ball. Coach Carter took a timeout. So that's their final timeout. So both teams are out of timeouts. Contra Costa is 4th and 9 at the 46. Shasta College will be setting up for the return or the block. Contra Costa has played a fine game this afternoon. Started off kind of sluggish, but second half they really put it to Shasta College. So Contra Costa is going to punt the ball. That'll be Terrence Barnes or setting up the punt. Shasta College has no one back, so I'm sure they're going to try to go for the block here. There's the punt. And the ball will be downed at the 31-yard line for Shasta College. So Shasta College will get the ball at the 31-yard line at their own 31 with 55 seconds remaining in the game, 17-point deficit. So I'm sure Shasta College is going to be disappointed with their loss this afternoon, but they've had a fine season so far. And again, they're one of the top teams in the conference, so they will find themselves in a bowl game at the end of the year. But take nothing away, Contra Costa is a very, very good football team, and it's shown today. So it's 1st and 10. The officials call timeout. So 12 men on the field for Contra Costa. I'm sure these are penalties that Coach Carter will address with his team amongst the other penalties with the personal fouls and the celebratory type of penalties. So it'll be 1st and 5 for Shasta College. High snap. Ball is thrown. It's incomplete, so the pass was intended to number 10, Michael Frost. Garrett Sandow with the incomplete pass. So it'll be 2nd and 5 with 52 seconds remaining at Shasta's own 36-yard line. So Jonathan Banks was all that was advertised today with his effort today. He clearly was one of the better players on the field. Back to pass would be throw to the sideline. Is caught by number 80. So number 80, Sandow makes a complete pass inbounds, so the clock still runs. It wasn't the first down, it looks like. So it'll be 46 seconds remaining. So a personal foul on Contra Costa. That will stop the clock. But again, I'm sure that Coach Carter is going to address his team about these penalties late in the game, and they've had too many penalties in this game in terms of celebratory acts, personal fouls. Remember, 2 touchdowns was called back because of penalties. They need to play a cleaner game. I'm sure he's going to address that with his team and coaching staff. Pass by number 4 was blocked at the line of scrimmage. So it's Sandow's pass was blocked at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line. Second and 10 at Contra Costa's 43-yard line with 36.3 seconds remaining in the game. Contra Costa well ahead, 44-27. Sandow back to pass. Swing right out to number 19. Was tackled in bounds. So Dylan King was tackled in bounds. Clock is running. It's 22 seconds remaining. It's 3rd and 10 for all intent and purposes. This will be the last play of the game, unless barring some sort of penalty or pass to the out of bounds. Sandow back to pass. Throws it into the end zone. Caught. Complete pass. Sandow makes a complete pass to Michael Frost with 2 seconds left at the 10-yard line. So this is the final play of the game. Once the official starts the clock, game's over. They can get the snap off in time. Game is over. Contra Costa College wins 44-27 in the battle of the teams that was at the top of their division. Contra Costa comes away with the hard-fought victory. They're 7-1 overall. Shasta College is 6-2. So great game by both teams. Turnovers was the key for both teams, but Contra Costa College was able to convert on the turnovers by Shasta. And Jonathan Banks was all that he was advertised, with 2 touchdown runs and 2 passing touchdowns. And Contra Costa College was able to put a halt to the high-flying offense for Shasta College, giving up 6 points in the second half, 21 in the first, 6 in the second half. So you got to tip your hats off to the adjustments that was made in halftime for Contra Costa as they won 44-27. Thank you for tuning in to Bay Area Sports TV. See you next time.
And thanks again. This has been another live stream broadcast out of San Pablo, California, right here at Contra Costa College. And I've been your host, Tim Banks, with sports commentator Dr. Joaquin Wallace. So be sure to join us sometime next Friday for the women's college volleyball game, and check Bay Area Sports.tv for the next game we live stream here. And more than likely we will try to bring you live stream of the football BVC championship playoffs, as well as the women's BVC volleyball playoffs. And thank you for watching.